FNAF game that seemingly appeared out of nowhere. A game that was shown to be a silly simulator turned out to be a horrifying yet fun FNAF installment. Pizzeria Sim is one of my favorite FNAF games. Everything down to the gameplay, unique concepts, and how fun it is truly makes it the ultimate FNAF experience. What I love about Pizzeria Sim's gameplay is there are multiple layers to approaching the night. If you are feeling risky, you may rush your tasks, and therefore risk being caught off guard. If during the night you feel the animatronics are closing in, you can simply turn off the power in your office, resulting in no sound being made. This is a last resort, as during this time, the temperature will increase rapidly, making the player choose to either risk overheating or making sound and being jump scared. It is a clever take on the repeated office scenarios the older games had, and honestly results in one of the scariest gameplay scenarios in the series. With FNAF 2, you can say its tense gameplay is what makes it so fun to play. For Pizzeria Sim, it's a mix of all the prior games and expertly combines all the older games' gameplay and creates its own thing. Checking each vent plays similar to closing the doors in FNAF 1. Completing your task is kind of a callback to FNAF 2 with the music box. Audio lures is FNAF 3. Listening for animatronic breathing and the new voice acting is a callback to FNAF 4 and sister location. The atmosphere is also just perfect, as it kind of gives off a claustrophobic and trapped feeling, as you are literally cramped in with all the animatronics surrounding your location. The office of Pizzeria Sim is by far the best in the whole series, with the office itself feeling like a death sentence. There are no doors to shut to protect yourself or ventilation to keep you cool. You only have an audio lure, and that's it really. Another cool feature this game has is the ability to upgrade your equipment during the night. The upgrades make finishing tasks a lot quicker, allowing you to complete nights faster. However, the gimmick is that by upgrading more equipment, it costs a bit, and to earn money, you either complete salvages, which risk animatronics being loose in your pizzeria, or you make the restaurant more entertaining by buying new animatronics and games, which makes you risk getting lawsuits from your customers. The game is very creative and clever when it comes to how you go along with completing the nights. The game also has a decent amount of endings, with 6 in total. Each ending adds a new take on the overall game, with most endings requiring the player to complete different things during the nights. Most prominent is the canon ending, where you complete the Saturday shift. After completing the night, you are met with an awesome cutscene that shows the animatronics being burned. This ending provides actual context and delivers an epic conclusion to the FNAF series. FNAF 6 by far has the best gameplay in the whole franchise, as not only is the environment unsettling and fast-paced, but the way you don't know when you will get a jump scare makes the actual scare itself a lot more impactful. Another great addition to Pizzeria Sim is the Salvage nights, where you will come face to face with the animatronics themselves. The salvage parts are very well done, and it's a key element of FNAF 6 that rarely gets spoken about. Making the confrontation more personal makes the interaction very eerie. It makes you pay attention to the slight movements the animatronics may make, and makes you question if you are actually seeing them moving. It's really well done, and the high stakes it brings, as completing the salvage will reward you with cash, which can help you complete the nights. Another point to make is how replayable this game is. With 6 endings and a gameplay loop that always keeps you on your feet, it really goes to show how good this game really is. FNAF 6's lore is confusing, and not in a bad way. It is the ending to the original games, however leaves still unanswered questions which allows for a lot of room for interpretation. Midnight Motorist is a 8-bit section in Pizzeria Simulator, and to this day, people still question the true meaning of it. Other lore games like the Puppet one and the Chica game really are subtle but very interesting segments. It goes to show a lot of thought was put into this game by Scott to deliver an ultimate Fnaf experience. The ending as well is truly epic with the way the music amps up with the visuals. This for an ending was just amazing and is really what Fnaf should strive to do in the future. Look, there are many downsides to Fnaf 6. For one, the jump scares are a little dated and definitely feel like a downgrade to the older games. Also, some of the animatronic designs are just pretty awful. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Scraptrap. If this game had better jump scares and if Scraptrap looked somewhat intimidating, this game could honestly be the best in the whole series. I'd honestly love to see a VR version of this game in Help Wanted 2. Like, imagine the Salvage and Night sections. I'm shitting myself just thinking about it. The potential of a VR port is insane, and it would be hands down the most terrifying thing ever shown to mankind, beside this oddly annoying bear who is literally shown in every part of this game. Anyways, we will talk about that bear later, but seriously, how good would a VR version of this game be? So it's time for the simulator part, which is a core component of this game, which I feel is awesome. First of all, Helpy. No words to describe this cute cuddly bear, but just in this game, Helpy is pretty good. During the simulator sections of this game, he is literally everywhere. Helpy is in the menu to buy equipment, he's also in the arcade games, and he's also in the office during your stressful nights. This might as well be called Helpy Simulator with the amount of cameos he has in this game. But for this game, the character isn't overly plaguing the franchise, and that's good. Also, Buff Helpy is by far the greatest thing known to mankind, and I think I've ran out of things to say about the bear. Let's talk about the simulator part. You get to make your own Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria. How fun! Surely this game won't include any form of suing or anything crazy like that. It does, and it's great. Especially the song that plays during this section. If I was stuck in a room with only this song, I could sit there for hours. The way you can deck out your pizzeria and make it the most fun place on earth or a complete library is just great. The arcade games themselves are quite fun. There is like this spaceship game that was a blast to play, and the music was just relaxing. It's like you have fun and get to relax in this section of the game until you press the night button, which completely spins the game into a horrifying survival experience. But hey, it's fun, and if the title didn't make it obvious enough, the game is just a bunch of fun. The element of strategy with how you operate your pizzeria is also a great touch. Do you want to be risky and increase the amount of entertainment of your business, which may result in being sued? Or play it safe with having a few cobwebs and a broom as your mascot? One playstyle rewards you more cash, whereas the other has you broke and potentially going bankrupt. Also, if you are wondering, there is a whole ending for being bankrupt, which is just hilarious. If anyone has gotten this ending, leave it in the comments. The way Pizzeria Sim handles its goofy nature but also hides a terrifying horror experience still to this day makes me shocked that a concept like this hasn't returned in modern day horror gaming. It's truly a special game with the amount of heart that's put into it by Scott, and it truly shows the best of all the prior games of the franchise. If you guys have enjoyed this video, then please do smash the like button, and if you are new around here, then please consider smashing the subscribe button as well. And until next time, take it easy and goodbye.